here. So that was like your do now. Here in front of you is a draft of what I have planned for the next 7 weeks. You all, I'm not too worried about because I've been seeing you pretty regularly from the Zoom meetings. But once the distance learning schedule begins, this is what you can expect from my class. It's still a draft. I'm going to finalize it later tonight and send out an email. So for our class, we meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's when Block 7 and Block 8 meet. Um, each of those days, this is like our general agenda. We'll wait 5 or so minutes, like we did today, for people to connect. And then you have a check-in on Piazza. So that's like your data science unit in the beginning of the year in January. It's like posting there, making sure that whether you choose anonymous or posting as your name, that you show something there, you answer some kind of question. It may be math related, or it could be a check-in on how you're doing. It could have you pick a graph that represents how you're feeling right now, so on and so forth. That's going to be our do now, right? We can't really make do now booklets now that we're away, but I guess I'll make one while you all work on that just to go through the motions of what we did before. And you can make do now booklets too, just grab a piece of paper. The last couple minutes, you'll have an exit ticket on the 2 days that we do meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's also going to be on Piazza, and you'll just post there. Make sure you do these two things. That's how I'll be taking attendance. Okay, and if you happen to miss it, well, get it done within the next, within the window, like during that week, and I won't need to report your absence anywhere. So do tell your friends that haven't been on or connected as much. I haven't heard from maybe a third of my class for my Algebra 1. And here's the part that's a little different. So right now, we're sitting in a Zoom session. So grading is just based on participation, right? Right now, like grades are up in the air. I'm most likely going to pass all of you if it's pass no pass, and if it's letter grades, I haven't made up my mind on how to do that. So grading is still a little iffy. You all are in good standing because you've been going to the meetings, and so far, it's like you're guaranteed to pass, is what I wanted to say. But when the formal distance learning, when we follow the schedule that the principal released, these Zoom sessions where I'm sitting and you're like here watching or doing something, those are going to be a little different. I'm not going to lecture at you. Those are going to be pre-recorded, and I'll try to release those before class. You'll have some time to watch it. And then our Zoom sessions, those are for questions where we can work through more examples. It's really going to be guided by what you all want, and um, they will optionally be recorded depending on what we talk about. And then I can post those up on YouTube. Okay, that's the change. So these Zoom sessions are going to be optional. I'll have like a meeting set up, and if you want to check in, say hello, or ask a question and watch me work through it, then you want to join there. And as for topics, okay, this is still a draft. I'm still working it out. We're going to finish up chapter 8 about parabolas. And then we have a couple more lessons on quadratic/parabolas. We need to talk about the quadratic formula, solving them a bit more, think of like word problems. And your reference is your Orange Merrill textbook. So make sure you have found that. Mine is up here. Okay, make sure you can locate this thing wherever it is at your home, because I'll be giving you example classwork problems from this textbook. Everyone should have one. This is like I prepared for this reason, just in case, right? We have something to refer to at home, right? That's why I assigned it to you. And so you'll see that's why there's all these Merrill links and some pages. I haven't yet assigned any problems. I hope that you're working through them. I don't think I'll be collecting any of this stuff as of right now because that's too much stuff and too much work for you to do. But the one thing I will check up on is, like down here, I still need to make sure that you somehow like know what you're doing with quadratics. So somewhere along the ways, I may have to like tell you, okay, I want you to show me that you can factor, that you can solve a quadratic, and that's going to be your benchmark. It's not exactly a test, or kind of is a test, but it has like unlimited retakes. You just keep working on it till you pass, so that I'm convinced you know how to do this particular skill, and you're good. And then I'm more confident in passing you on to the next course, whether that be geometry or algebra 2. Once we finish quadratics, we need to talk about the next topic, which is inequalities. That's the greater than, less than, equal to signs, little alligators. We need to talk about graphing them, and we end on this idea of linear programming or systems of inequalities, where we shade in parts of the graph and think about where our answer is going to lie. And if this follows through, that's our second benchmark, a test with unlimited retakes. You have an inequality or a system, you try to graph that out, see that you can do it correctly, and you're good. That's a big picture overview of the next 7 weeks at school, distance learning. Any questions so far? Keep checking Piazza, keep checking your email. And if I am to ask you to turn in any work, you'll just take a picture and email it to me.